Hello everybody. I did a 39-second reel yesterday on a Texas property crime scenario, and I promised I'd get back with y'all on the answer. If you haven't watched that reel, it's just a couple of days ago. Go ahead and watch it, 39 seconds, and come back. Anyway, the answer to the question, can you use your weapon to stop the thief? No, you cannot. And let me tell you why. Texas Penal Code 9.41 and 9.42 addresses this. It says you can only use deadly force in defense of tangible or movable property, which would apply in this case, only if you have a crime of arson, burglary, robbery, or aggravated robbery. This is just a theft of some expensive HVAC equipment in the back of a truck. A lot of people think that is robbery, but that is mistaken. That is not a robbery. A robbery would involve some sort of threat of force or a use of force during the commission of a theft. There would be another provision under Texas law to use deadly force, but that would need to be occurring at night. It says either a theft or a vandalism in the nighttime hours. This particular scenario was in the daytime. So, that was the answer. No, you cannot use deadly force to protect your property, nor should you. In fact, I wouldn't even use deadly force if it was occurring at nighttime. Even though the law says you can do something, doesn't mean you should always do it. And this is property. It's not a life. In my opinion, I'm only using a firearm to protect life. That's it. Maybe there would be a situation where I might use deadly force if it was allowed by law. For example, if my kid was in the back of the car and somebody was trying to steal the vehicle, but that's a different scenario. That's not just a theft. That would be a kidnapping, something like that. But what can you do? Do you just have to let them drive off with your $5,000 furnace that you're getting ready to install in your house? No. So let's talk about that. So in that scenario, they were getting ready to drive off with this new furnace that you had in the back of your truck. They had removed it and put it in the back of theirs, and they were getting ready to get into the vehicle and drive away. The law, Texas law, does not allow you to use deadly force, but it does say that you can use reasonable force to stop them from committing that theft. You could also use the force while you are pursuing somebody, or if you use it immediately during the commission of the theft. So could you go over there and physically prevent them from getting in the vehicle and tell them you need to take that back out of your pickup bed and set it on the ground and then I'll let you go? Absolutely. What is non-lethal force? Non-lethal force would involve things like physically going hands-on with somebody to stop them from driving away. Pepper spray, tasers, things like that are not deadly weapons. The law just says you cannot use any force that creates or causes serious bodily or injury or death. So as long as you're not using force like that, and it's reasonable, you can do it. I understand the frustration that people have when they're protecting their property. In this case, this was an HVAC employee getting ready to install a furnace that he had. $5,000 furnace. That's quite a bit of money. Is that guy going to lose his job if he gets it stolen? Because it was sitting out in the truck instead of being in the customer's house getting ready to install? Those could be some very convincing factors to stop somebody from doing things. And I always tell people, if you are getting involved in property crime, you just need to use good discretion, because in most cases it's not worth getting involved. It's just either let them go, or if you want to make a personal decision to stop them, then you know what you can. What about following them? Let's say they drive off. You can absolutely follow them. You can be a good witness. Turn on your dash cam if you have one. If you don't, get a vehicle description and a plate number while you've got the 911 dispatcher on the phone. Put out the information, where you're headed, things like that. But I get it. But just be careful, use good judgment. Many years ago, I caught somebody breaking into my vehicle, and I did a temporary detention of him while I had him, the dispatcher on the phone. This 16, 17-year-old kid had took off on foot, and I got into a foot pursuit with this kid, and I was much older than he was, and he could outrun me, and so I lost him. But when I went back to the scene, I reported it to the police, got a case number, and the insurance paid for all the damage that they did to my new truck, prying the stereo out. So also, when I worked patrol for the Sully County Sheriff's Office and the Unified Police Department, I'd be lying if I said people didn't detain others for trying to steal their things. So there you go. Hopefully it helped you. If you need to take a Texas LTC class, I'll put a link down in the description where you can take that online course from me. Really helped me out. Thanks for watching.